This week on Real Life with Type 2 Diabetes. I thought I bought a sensor that's supposed to last 14 days. It's only 6 days in and I'm already thinking of ripping off the sensor. Maybe the sensor is playing mind games with me. I'm feeling ripped off. Thermo X. So good morning, it's week 3, day 1 of week 3, and I've already put on my sensor. So let's hope this one lasts for 2 weeks. I'm gonna put the adhesive tape over it shortly, but it does say that you have to wait 1 hour before checking your blood sugar with the monitor. So I'm gonna do a finger prick. So this morning I've only had coffee so far. In my coffee I had a scoop of collagen. I had some ghee in it only because I felt a little hungry. And 1 tablespoon of heavy cream. That's it so far, and I track everything on my Carb Manager app, which I showed you last week. 8.7. This is after my coffee though, so I'll check back in a couple hours to see where my numbers are at. So let's check the blood sugar on the meter. Feeling like my blood sugar is low because I'm feeling really lightheaded. But you never know with these things. Yeah, 8.1. So it is down from earlier, which is great. 8.1. Let's hope it continues to go down. I'm gonna go have lunch though, and we'll check back a couple hours after lunch. So for lunch, I'm having a cheese folio wrap with 5 slices of salami in here. So I just laid down the wrap on the frying pan and let it bubble up, and then I put 5 slices of salami and then I just rolled it up. So it's kind of crispy little wrap. 4 olives, I'm having a pepperette, and 1 pickle. That's it. That's my lunch today. Good afternoon. It is day 2 of week 3. A little late this morning as there was a big snowstorm, so as I was outside snow blowing the snow and shoveling the walkways and everything else. So I'm finally able to sit down and record a video. I haven't even checked my blood sugar today at all. I did have a coffee this morning with just some cream in it. So I'm gonna check my blood sugars now, and then I'm gonna have lunch. So still have this sensor on, if I can find it now that I've added it. 8.7. So that's not eating anything, although my blood sugars may be elevated because I did some exercise today as I was shoveling and snow blowing, and then I walked to the mailbox, which is a bit away. So I just got back, so I'm hoping my blood sugars will settle down. However, I'm gonna have lunch now, so we'll see. One other thing I'm going to do is check the finger prick meter, just to check to see if this is accurate or not. So right now this is 8.7 dial Libre, and this one is 8.3. So there is a bit of a difference. I prefer 8.3, of course. So let me test throughout the day on both and see if there's some inaccuracies as well. Hey, it's about 3 p.m., 2 hours after I had my lunch. For lunch, I just had some cheese, 1 pickle, 5 slices of deli salami, and I had a pepperoni stick. That's all I had so far. I'm gonna check my blood sugar on the Freestyle Libre. With the finger prick as well. So right now it's 7.2, 2 hours after lunch, so that's not bad. It's good to see my numbers after lunch are going back down. Which one's more accurate? I would say the finger pricks are more accurate. The test strips, I think I need a better word than finger prick, don't I? Test strips? I don't know what's the correct word for it. So let's see what this number is. And we will see. 3, 2, 1. Oh, see, these are higher now. 8.1. 7.2, 8.1. Okay. There's a huge difference between the glucose monitor, the flash glucose monitor, and I'm using the Precision Neo. So, most of the time, the Precision Neo has been lower than the sensor. So I'm going to have to do some more testing. Every time I test with the sensor, I'll have to test with the strip as well. And you know, having these sensors, so you can just check your sensor, is the reason why it's a benefit, so that you don't have to do the finger prick. But now I'm doing both. What gives? So if I'm going to have the finger prick, I'm not going to spend money on a sensor that's $90 out of my pocket. Inconvenient. It's convenient, but it's inconvenient if I have to also do the test strip. So definitely wouldn't be something that I would purchase again. The sensor's on. I have it taped on with the adhesive tape. I am using the NextCare tape, as I showed you in week 1. Somebody did ask about it, and I've noticed that it's waterproof. I shower with it. Once I put the sensor on, somebody also asked if there was any pain with it, and I haven't had any pain with the sensor on. I haven't felt uncomfortable. Only time I notice it is when I'm sleeping, and often I sleep on my side, and I'm just a little concerned that I'm sleeping and I might turn and rip it off. But other than that, I haven't had any issues with the sensor pinned in my arm. So that's been okay. I'll keep testing both and see, and you know, hopefully by the end of this week, I'll let you know if it's something that I'd purchase again with the sensor, or just keep doing the finger prick. It's not worth it, especially if you're paying out of pocket and you don't have insurance for it. Might not be worth it, but I'll do more observations and we'll keep an eye on it. It is 5:30. I just came back from a bit of a walk, so I'm going to check my blood sugars to see how that good fat bar affected me. Mind you, I did go for a walk, so that might have helped with my numbers, but oh, not bad. 6.2. So my number before this, before I ate the bar, was 7.3. So 2 hours later it was 6.2. I did check it an hour after I ate the bar, and it was 7.3. So 7.2 before I ate the bar. An hour after I ate the bar was 7.3, and now it's 6.2. So I would say it's safe to say that the good fat bars for me don't affect my blood sugar. So that's good to know. Morning. It is week 3, day 3, Wednesday morning. I will be shooting some more recipe videos today. I gotta go out doing some grocery shopping. Actually, no, I'm gonna grocery shop today and do some recipe videos tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do some kind of breakfast egg cup recipe, and I'm not sure about the other one, but I'll do some more breakfast recipes. When I did wake up this morning, it was 7.1. That was at 6:30, but it goes up as I wake up throughout the day. So I'm sure it's higher than that. And I just finished my coffee. Where is it? There. So yeah, we're at 8.6. Yesterday I had my blood sugars go down to about, what was it? 5.5 before dinner last night, so that was pretty good. So right now this sensor is 8.6. I'm going to check doing the test strip. So we'll see. So that was 8.6. This is, wow, 9.5. Okay. So now I'm confused. If the sensor is 8.6 and this is 9.5, last week the sensor was high and the test strips were lower, and now it's the opposite. So confusing. I'm gonna have to do some research to see what would be more accurate. I thought the test strip would be, but if it is, it's 9.5, which is pretty high. I'll have to do some research and look into it further and see if it's just which one is more accurate, and we'll have to look at that and decide what we want to continue. I did do a bit of research in terms of the glucose monitor and the meter, the Lancet test strip meter. The difference between them, it sounds like this test strip meter will give you a more accurate reading exactly where your blood sugars are at. This one gives you a delayed, the sensor gives you a delayed reading, which is also accurate. It's just, it gives you the number from previously. Like, I don't know how much time the difference is, but so if you want to know your actual number, the finger prick would probably be the best at that given time. However, the sensor is more used for acknowledging and understanding trends with your blood sugars. So when you do check, you'll know if your blood sugars are going up or down. It's really helpful for type 1s because if their blood sugars are going down, they could quickly just, have a look and see, oh yeah, they are going down, I better eat something or I better do something so that it doesn't go too low. So both have their benefits. The sensor is more for understanding how different things affect your blood sugars. As I said earlier, if you're going to eat something, you can see if that food affected your blood sugar without having to prick your finger every single time. So there is differences, there is inaccuracies because one tests your actual blood and the sensor tests your, I'll probably get the word wrong, but intestinal fluids, which is just the cells underneath your skin. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They both have their differences. However, I will probably not continue buying the sensors only because I don't have insurance that would cover it. In Canada, the sensors are normally covered by insurance if you're type 1 or if you're a type 2 diabetic and you're on insulin. I am not on insulin, so insurance wouldn't cover it for me. So after this, I'll probably stick to the test strips. I may buy the sensors once in a while if I want to do some more tracking, but other than that, both have their benefits. And so the inaccuracies are because they test different things. One's blood, one's intestinal fluid. I'm probably saying that wrong, but someone will correct me, I'm sure. So anyways, I haven't eaten since my coffee this morning. I actually don't even feel like eating. I haven't had any salt. I've just been drinking water. But I'm going to check my blood sugars to see where we're at. And then I'll decide if I want to eat later. For dinner tonight, I'm having some homemade meatballs that I made last week. And I'm having probably a salad. The meatballs will be in a low-carb tomato sauce, just simmered in there, and then I'll have a salad. Okay, so my numbers right now are at 6.4, which is really good. Obviously, I haven't been eating, so I'm going to try and keep them that low until I have dinner today. So I probably won't eat. If I do eat, I'll probably have a snack like a pepperoni stick or something like that. However, let's measure the test strip now just to see. I'm not going to do it all the time because, like I said, the inaccuracies are just because they test different things. So I'm not going to worry about it being off anymore from the sensor. Let's see where these are at. So, yeah, they're not inaccurate. They're just testing different things. See, so this blood glucose is 7.1. It's kind of odd, though, that the sensor is lower than the meter, the test strips, when last week it was the opposite. So I'm still trying to figure out why that is. I guess because this measures your blood, which is the number that's it's currently at, where the sensor measures the fluid, and it looks like it measures what your blood sugars were at. It's kind of hard to describe. There is a website I found that describes it, so I'm going to link that below. So disregard everything I said and have a look at the website, because I'm sure I said a few things that are incorrect, and I don't want to provide incorrect information. They can just explain it better than I can, since I don't have a medical background, or I'm not big on the jargon that they use. So I'll link it below and have a look, have a read at that if you're interested to know the differences between them and the benefits of each. Still haven't eaten much. I had a pepperoni stick today, and that's it. So I'm just going to check my blood sugars with the sensor only, not to confuse myself with everything else. So right now it's 5.5, which is pretty good. I'm happy with that. So I'll continue to fast until dinner. Right now it's already 5:30, so dinner for me is usually around 7. And I'm going to have some meatballs, some cauliflower rice, and probably some salad. And then I'll check back in with you tomorrow morning. So today is day 4 of week 3. Yes, day 4. I'm going to be editing some recipe videos today. I'm going to check my blood sugars today, and then I'm going to update you on a little case study that I'm doing. When I woke up, it was 6.2. However, that was right when I woke up. I've noticed a trend where it seems to start going up as once I'm getting out of bed and moving around, my blood sugars go up. And that's just the body releasing glucose to allow me to have the energy to start moving around and doing things that I need to do. So let's see, since I was up so early, it might have gone up, it might have gone down since then. But oh, it's gone up to 7.9. So it's not too bad for a morning number at 9 a.m. We'll check back before lunch to see if it's gone down. On the case study I'm doing, so there's this really good chocolate company. It's called I Heart Fat Fudge. I'll link to their website in the comments. We're doing a case study about 15 people where we're tracking everything we're eating and monitoring it for 6 days. And then the 6 days after, we're not changing anything of what we're eating or doing, except we're adding 1 square of their chocolates. It's just a test, it's a case study to see what happens, if we notice any differences or effects. Hopefully I can share with you the results of the case study in the future. But it's really exciting to be part of and interesting to see. And if you haven't tried these chocolates, if you're in Canada, I don't think they ship to the US yet. Go to their website below and have a look. Honestly, their chocolates are really good. Really good quality. Not too sweet at all. They don't spike my blood sugars. I'm not getting paid to say this or anything. Me and my partner, we both really love the chocolate. So yeah, try it out if you want. And we'll update you once the case study is over. It's just before lunch. It's around noon. I'm just about to start shooting my recipe videos, and I might have something to eat. I'm not sure. Sometimes when I do recipe videos, I eat as I create the recipe, so I might be nibbling on this and that. But checking my blood sugar, since I haven't eaten anything since yesterday. I've only had coffee today, and currently we're sitting at 5.8, so that's really good. Blood sugar is going down after the morning period, which is really good. I'm liking that. The last 24 hours, it's showing that my average reading is 6.0 millimoles per liter. So that's also good. My average last week was around 7.5 most days. So we're going down. There's a downward trend, which is excellent. And we'll continue to see it go down. This is week 3. So that's pretty good. Within 3 weeks, I've been able to get it down to okay numbers. I'd like to see it down a little more. Hopefully next week we'll see that. If not, I'll continue going. And again, I'm just doing this with food only, no medications. And then the reason I'm doing this is because I want to show type 2 diabetics that it is possible to reduce your glucose, your blood sugar numbers, to a number that is acceptable. Doctors usually medicate type 2 diabetics to get them to under 7 millimoles per liter. So I'm already at that point, I would think. After 3 months of doing this, I will be getting my A1C blood test done, just to see where we're at. But yes, so if doctors medicate to get under 7, I believe I'm already there without medication. So for me, right now, I wouldn't consider taking any medication as long as I can keep my numbers at this level or lower. So we'll see. Hello. It's 4:30. I've been shooting my recipes all day. I swear I made a keto quiche Lorraine with an actual real crust that's buttery and flaky. I swear, this recipe, the best I ever made. Like, if you like quiche, please make this recipe. Follow the instructions in the video. Follow all my instructions. Make it the same way I did in the video. And leave a comment below here. Let me know. Because I doubt you're going to have any complaints about it, but you never know. If you don't like quiche, then don't make it. If you don't like bacon, Gruyere, cheese, eggs, don't make it. If you do love those things, you're going to love this quiche. Like, it's amazing. I've never made anything as good. But I'm going to check my blood sugar. Let's just see where we're at. Oh, not bad. 5.9, which is good. I'll monitor that, and we'll see how it goes. After dinner, I'll report back tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's day 5 of week number 3. Interesting facts from yesterday. So I made that quiche yesterday, and then it was yesterday, the 18th. It was yesterday. So I made that quiche. I had it for dinner, and then after dinner, like within an hour after dinner at 9:02 p.m., I was at 4.4 millimoles per liter. And before bed, I was at 5.0 millimoles per liter, which is strange because after eating, I usually spike a little bit more than that. So that's great if that's the case, because my numbers seem to be on a steady decline compared to the weeks prior. 6.1. So that's great. My blood sugars are staying down. I'm not sure really what I did differently. I don't know, maybe because I ate later in the day yesterday, I did have a late lunch with that quiche, and maybe I'll try and do that today again and have a late lunch and see how it goes. And we'll go from there. Have a look. Each week I'm going to try and share 2 recipes per week. If you're interested in me showing how I make foods, or if you're interested in, you know, me doing more videos of what I eat every day, let me know. Give me some comments below and let me know if there's anything else you want me to show or do in these videos that will help you. Definitely comment below and let me know. I'm very interested in what other people have to say. Maybe what I'm communicating to you isn't making sense on what I'm doing. You know, and maybe you disagree with what I'm doing. I'm not here to challenge anybody. I'm not here to say what you're doing is incorrect. I'm just here to show what I'm doing, documenting what I'm doing, and sharing what I'm doing to give people an option to help reverse their diabetes. Or, you know, and some people say, oh, you're not really reversing your diabetes, you're always going to have it. Yes, I'm always going to have to maintain my diabetes and keep my numbers low, just like every other diabetic has to do. However, I'm doing mine with food only, without medications. And, you know, once I get to a low enough number and a consistent number, I won't have to track as much as long as I'm eating low-carb keto foods. And I don't have to worry about it too much. I have in these past few weeks because, again, I had a month-long binge of carbs. And now I'm just, you know, getting myself back in check. And then once I'm at a steady number, I won't have to track or check too much as long as I know I'm eating these low-carb keto foods. Again, I'm sharing what I do, what works for me. You may not agree with what I'm doing. Do what works for you. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm just sharing what I do that helped me, and hopefully I'll be able to help someone else out who's suffering, who's having a hard time, and they want to try and have a look at what I'm doing and do something similar. Again, you always need to consult your doctor. If you're doing anything in terms of changing your diet, changing your medications, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a technical person. I don't know all the jargon. I'm just sharing what works for me, who can do it, and that's why I'm sharing, because I believe anyone can do what I'm doing if they really put their mind to it and want to make a change in their life. Just a matter of changing what you eat makes a big difference. Hey, so it's just before lunch, and I just checked my blood sugars and they're down to 5.6. And for lunch today I'm having another slice of quiche because I made a whole pie and I don't feel like freezing it, so I'm gonna eat it. But I'm also going to have a thermo drink. I don't know if you can get these in the US, but they're kind of like a Bang or a Monster energy drink, but there's more caffeine in it. So I'm going to drink this and I'm going to see my blood sugars in about 2 hours after I finish it. So right now my blood sugars are 5.6. I'm eating the quiche, but I tested it yesterday, and after I ate it, my blood sugars hardly went up. So if there's going to be anything that affects my blood sugars, will be this drink. And so I'm going to test it out and see. It's the marshmallow flavor as well. And so I'll check in about 2 hours after I finish the drink to see what my blood sugars are at. Okay, so it's been 2 hours since I had that Thermo X drink. This is by Rockstar, by the way. I'm not sure if they sell it everywhere, but they do in Canada. Whoa. Once again, 4.7. That's amazing. I'm actually surprised that it's that low after having that and after having lunch, 2 hours. I'm assuming the fast I did last week has really given me a good reset. However, I'm gonna check with the meter. I stopped doing that with the Lancet because I thought I'm sort of confusing everyone between going back and forth and is it working, is it not? And like I said earlier, there is a bit of a difference in terms of what it's testing. So it's not going to be accurate between the two, but if my numbers are still in the 4s or even the low 5s, that's great. Good to know. I can drink these without any issues if that's the case. My quiche doesn't raise my blood sugars either. So it's a happy day if that's the case. And it's Friday. I am having steak tonight. Usually Fridays in my house is steak night. And I'll probably be having some Brussels sprouts with it, roasted in the oven. And maybe a glass of wine. We'll see. No, see? 7.1. So now that's a big difference off. What's the deal here? My sensor's only been on for 5 days now. I'm gonna have to do more testing because my sensor yesterday was showing really low numbers as well last night. So I'm gonna do a few more tests with both machines and see what's going on, and hopefully I'll figure out which one's actually correct and what's my actual number. I was a little excited to see the 4.7, but if it's not a true number, then it's not that exciting anymore. But let me play around and I'll get back to you. So I just did a couple more tests. The meter is now saying 6.6. This is after I washed my hands, I used a fresh needle, a fresh lancet. I did everything you're supposed to do to take accurate readings, and I got a 6.6 there, but on the sensor I still got a 4.6. Logbook, 4.6. So it was 4.7, and now it's 4.6. So I'm a little confused. That's 2 points off between them. Which one do I go with? I still think this is a more accurate reading because it's blood, and it's a more current active reading. Yeah, I'm unsure why there's such a big difference. However, 6.6, I don't know what my number was on this before having the drink. But 2 hours after, if my numbers are 6.6, I'm still okay with that. I still think that's a low number to have. It's kind of hard to really have a look at what my number is, even though if it's between 4.6 and 6.6, I'm still fairly happy and noticing that it's working what I'm doing. Good morning, it's day 6 and week 3. So I'm almost fed up with this sensor, and I'm only on day 6. So I've only used it for 6 days. That's not even half the time it's supposed to be used for. So it kind of sucks. Last night, it was down to 3.8 millimoles per liter. So I'm scratching my head thinking, I've never had it that low, and it was in the red. It showed the color red underneath it, showing that it's too low, or it's out of range. So I'm assuming it was incorrect, and the sensor wasn't reading properly. So it's a little frustrating. It was late at night, so I didn't bother checking with the test strip. But I'm gonna do that now. So I'm gonna check the sensor first. We're gonna do a reading. There. Okay, so it's showing 5.3, which is really good for morning. However, I've been up for a while, and it's not really morning. It's almost noon. It's 11:30, although I've only had coffee today. But it's good because, remember, my blood sugars weren't dropping to any low numbers in the mornings until late afternoon. So I kind of seem like to have my dawn phenomenon under control, but maybe the sensor is playing mind games with me. Maybe it's just not accurate at all. And now I'm going to try with the test strip and see. I'm sure it's going to be way off and probably higher, because I think the sensor's screwing with my mind. Making me think that my sugars are at good numbers. Meanwhile, maybe they're not. Or maybe they are a little higher, which I'm expecting them to be with the test strip. Let's see what it's at. Oh. The finger prick. Test strip. Yeah, see, whoa, 8.1. So that's a huge difference from, what did it say? 5.6, 5.3. So that's a little disappointing, because if it's 5.3 on here and 8.1 there, that's a little misleading, and that could seriously affect somebody if they're just relying on the sensor. Like, if somebody's using the sensor and they're thinking, great, I'm only on day 6, my sensor's still good, I'm at 5.3, it's the weekend, I'm gonna have some chocolate or something else. Meanwhile, they're actually at 8.1. They have some chocolate, and then their numbers go through the roof, and they're probably over 10, 11, 12. Meanwhile, they're thinking they're at 5.3, and maybe their blood sugar is going to go up to 7 or 8. I'm pretty close to ripping the sensor off again. And it's only day 6. So it's only 6 days in, and I'm already thinking of ripping off the sensor. Just went out for a little drive, and I got some local dill mozzarella cheese. I got some old cheddar. This is a 3-year-old cheddar. I got these cheese folio wraps. They're a good wrap alternative. I've always seen the Parmesan ones at Costco, but I've never seen these cheddar ones, so I grabbed those. I also, in Canada anyways, they had these tortillas, which are low-carb tortilla wraps. Great for sandwiches. And I got some heavy cream because I prefer the heavy cream in my coffee, but only a tablespoon. I'm back home. I spent the day out doing some shopping, had to go to a few stores, picked up some groceries like I just showed you, a few items I got. we're gonna see how my blood sugars are doing with the sensor. I haven't checked since early morning today. Late morning today. So I'm gonna check now. Hopefully, see, this is what I'm talking about. There's no way I'm 3.9. No way I'm 3.9. Especially, I just had a pepperoni stick. Although it might take a while before it, raises my blood sugar levels. But so the sensor's off. It's only been 6 days, and I thought I bought a sensor that's supposed to last 14 days. I don't want to buy the sensors anymore until they improve them, because I don't think it's worth it. I'm gonna leave it on tomorrow and check again, and then next week we'll decide if we're gonna keep it on or are we gonna just rip it off and go back to only using the test strips. But I'll let you know what I do next week. So it's not bad. It's 5.6, which is really good for me. I prefer that number. 3.9 is a little too low for me, so they're definitely inaccurate. The sensor, I think, is way off because I don't think I'd be at 3.9 right now. And last night I was at 3.8 after dinner. That doesn't happen after dinner. No way. Just about to settle down and watch a movie, and I'm just having a snack. I'm having a pepperoni stick, a couple slices of salami, and some cheese curds. Good morning. I'm having my coffee this morning. Today's coffee has 1 scoop of collagen, a teaspoon of maple ghee. It's only like 1 gram net carbs per teaspoon. 1 tablespoon of heavy cream and coffee, of course. Oh, and I always put cinnamon in my coffee as well. I haven't checked my blood sugars today. I'm going to do that shortly with the sensor, and then I'll try with the test strip as well. And we'll see how the day goes. I'll have to decide tomorrow if I'm going to keep the sensor on or not. I'm hoping it kind of fixes itself, but we'll see. Anyways, this is my morning messy look. Or maybe I always look this way, I don't know, but it's real life with type 2 diabetes. I don't have to get glammed up for this, do I? And here we go. Whoa. 9.3. What the hell? So I just did it with the sensor and it was 5.7. So I'm confused. Although I did just have a tablespoon of peanut butter. And so it was 5.7 and 9.3. Am I somewhere in the middle? Am I 9.3? Am I 5.7? Who knows? Hey, so as you saw this morning, I had my coffee. I had 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. And my blood sugars were a little wonky with the sensor. And the meter. So my numbers were this morning on the sensor was 5.7 and the meter was 9.2. So I'm going to check with the sensor right now, and right now the sensor is showing 5.6 again. Great. Even if it is actually 10 minutes before, apparently, is what the reading is. It's 10 minutes ago it was 5.6. And that's what I was talking about with the delay earlier. So 5.6 with the sensor. Let's see what the test strip says. So it's only supposed to be off. It can be off by 20%. So what's 20% of 5.6? Like 1 point something. Let's see how far off. And again, this is day 7 of wearing the sensor, so if it's supposed to last for 12 to 14 days, day 7, shouldn't it still be working? Maybe it is now. So with the test strip, I am at 7.8. So to me, that's not 20% off. And to me, that would be a little misleading with the sensor. But I'll continue testing today and I'll report back tomorrow. That would probably be next week's video, to let you know if I'm going to keep it on for the rest of the week or should I remove it. Maybe in the comments below, let me know what you would do. I know there's people saying that it's, you know, used for different purposes. As I mentioned, you can use it to see if your blood sugars are going up. It's a good tool to have, you know, so you can have sort of a look at the trends in your numbers and how they're going. However, if your insurance is paying for those expensive sensors, yeah, it's a good idea. If you're paying out of pocket, hell no. Sorry, it's not worth it. Unless you're really having trouble and you're struggling and you really want to do a test, like I am, then yes. But long term, if you don't have insurance, no, that's too expensive of a tool to identify your numbers and to know what you should be doing at that time. So even if they're 20% off, it's still, if it's showing that your numbers are lower, then you're going to eat accordingly. So I don't think it's a good tool. I think hopefully they will get better and they will make them better. There's other tools that people use, other glucose, continuous glucose monitors. This one's a flash, so there are other continuous glucose monitors. I am getting a new meter sent to me next week. I hope I get it by next week. And I'll test between the meters as well, the test strips, just to see if maybe my test strip is incorrect, right? So we'll test the accuracy between this one and another one, and it's a different brand. So we'll have a look at that next week as well, and we'll test the 2 different glucose meters with test strips. And then maybe on Monday I'll also test with the sensor. So thanks for joining me this week. And again, if you have any comments, please provide any comments below. Anything that you would like me to talk about or show, what I'm doing. Do you want to see more of the type of food I'm eating? Do you want more recipes? And again, if you know anybody who's type 2 diabetic and they could probably benefit from watching these videos, please share with them. And don't forget to subscribe so that you know the next time I release any episodes or any new recipes. Thanks for watching.